pivotal period of American history.
North of what we know now as New York City.
Along the eastern shores of the Hudson River,
there was a tiny village known as Tarrytown.
And not far from this village.
Perhaps 3 miles or so.
There is a little valley which is one of the quietest places in the whole world.
A small brook lazily glides through.
With just enough murmur to lull one to sleep.
And the occasional whistle of a quail.
Or tapping of a woodpecker.
Upon the only sound that's broken upon and is drowsy.
Dreamy.
Atmosphere.
This town was known by the Dutch sailors who lived there as
Sleepy Hollow.
Such a peaceful spot.
So how's the wife? Cooking. How's your cattle? Eating. How's your head? Laying. How's your apples? Falling. How's that cider? Brewing. Oh, good. How's that fine young daughter of yours, Katrina?
Oh, the Lord only knows.
Sleepy Hollow is a peaceful spot where time seemed to stand still.
They listed of inhabitants in an old-fashioned way.
They didn't like to see things change.
I hear tell there's a new schoolmaster in town from Connecticut.
Connecticut?
I hear he's a peculiar kind of fella. Reading and writing, writing and reading. Didn't know any good could come from that. Schoolmaster. Head work instead of back work. I bet he doesn't even know what real hard work is. Well, at least not like us. At least not like us. God, isn't that right, Baltus? Baltus? Baltus. Hey, Baltus! Baltus! How's your hat?
The place had a bewitching power which caused all those who came to the region to become dreamy-eyed and see strange sights.
Some say the place was bewitched by a high German doctor. Others, and an old Indian chief, the prophet or wizard of his tribe, held his powwows there.
I hear tale of ghosts on horseback without a head.
Ah! He's staying along these parts, running along in the night.
As if on the wings of the wind.
In nightly quest for his head, and the specter is known at all the campfires as the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow.
The new schoolmaster's name was Ichabod Crane.
He was tall, but exceedingly lank,
With narrow shoulders.
long arms and legs.
Hands that hang on a mile out of his sleeves.
Feet that could have served as shovels.
His head was small and flat on the top, with huge ears.
Large, green, glassy eyes.
And a long snipe nose that looked like a weather vane perched upon his spindle neck to tell which way the wind blew.
You see him striding along the profile of the hill on a windy day, with his clothes bagging and fluttering about him.
You could have mistaken him as a scarecrow who escaped from the cornfield.
It was one autumn afternoon when Ichabod Crane came into town.
He passed the baker.
Fresh pecan pie.
Good day.
He passed the grocer,
Fresh peaches and Indian corn,
Good day.
The butcher.
savory sausage and juicy bacon.
Good day. Pecan pie.
Soon he was spied by the Sleepy Hollow boys, lazing the day away at the Tarrytown Tavern.
Indian corn.
There was one boy in particular that took special interest in Ichabod Crane.
Savory sausages.
he was one Abraham Van Bruns, hero of the country round.
Nicknamed and universally known as
Wrong bones. He was a burly, roaring, roistering blade.
He was broad-shouldered and double-jointed with long curly hair.
He had a mingled air of fun and arrogance.
Boom! So he's the new schoolmaster, huh?
Rom was always ready for a fight or a frolic.
They grow some strange folk in Connecticut. Must be something in the water.
He had 3 or 4 boon companions who always stood for a squall.
So, what do we make of him, guys?
Good day, sir.
Good day to yourself, sir.
I seem to have lost my way to the schoolhouse. Now, I thought it was just down this way and to the right. I suppose I was so involved in my book. And then there were those sausages.
A bookworm. Huh? Hey. The history of what's that word? Witchcraft. Okay. The history of witchcraft in New England by Cotton Mather. Scared of ghosts, huh?
I think one should do one's part to drive away evil spirits.
Witches and ghosts?
Spooks and goblins.
Devils and demons?
Yes, of course. Doesn't everyone?
Well, you've came to the wrong place. Sleepy Hollow's been haunted for years! Isn't that the truth, boys?
Yeah, there's haunted houses, haunted books.
Haunted bridges!
Bridges?
Like the church bridge.
Oh, the church bridge?
You know, the one you have to cross to get to the schoolhouse.
Oh, yes, of course. The church bridge. Haunted, you say? Well, surely it's safe to cross in the daylight. Well, I'll be on my way. My book, please.
Oh, it's a pleasure, sir.
Thank you. I'm in your debt.
Don't think of it, school teach. Yes?
You're quite sure there is no other way?
The church bridge.
The church bridge.
The only way.
The only way. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. It's broad daylight.
So Ichabod gathered meager courage and found the spirit's rock.
The church bridge.
The bridge.
The bridge.
The bridge.
See? Just an ordinary covered bridge. Not a thing to be afraid of. And it's broad daylight.
Goodbye.
But it's dark in there.
Ichabod. Ichabod.
Oh dear. I'll be late.
Ichabod.
The bridge. The bridge.
On Jordan's rugged banks of sandcastle wishful eye.
Ichabod. Ichabod.
To Canaan's fair and happy land.
The bridge.
Where my possessions lie!
It was believed that in bewitched and haunted Glen,
That once one passed to the covered bridge.
All frightening voices and strange visions would disappear.
In this, the people of Sleepy Hollow, and now Ichabod, firmly and potently believed.
See? Just an ordinary covered bridge. I don't know what those boys were talking about. Come now, children. Come quickly.
The schoolhouse of Ichabod's little empire was in absolute sway.
he was lord and master.
You're ugly. I'm not. Your mother's ugly.
I'm not.
Your father's ugly.
I'm not.
Your dog's ugly.
Silence! Now, for our first recitation of the day, Judith. What does the Honorable, Venerable, Reverend Cotton Mather so solemnly teach us on the subject of raising our voice to the heaven in song?
It is wonderfully fitted to brighten the mind
And
warm the heart.
And
And I don't know, sir.
we have some homework to do we not, young lady? Patricia. And
To enliven and refresh all our powers and cherish every old flame, to calm and silence our evil moods and passions, to activate and invigorate pious and devotional affections.
splendid. Judith! What does that blackboard say, young lady?
Spare the rod and spoil the child.
A golden maxim, don't you agree?
Yes, sir.
And it is my duty to your parents to administer justice whenever it becomes necessary, which you will remember and thank me for the longest day you have to live.
Yes, sir.
It behooved Ichabod to stay on good terms with some of his pupils.
Tappy, tappy. Speaking of parents, my dear, do you know what your good mother is preparing for supper this evening? Her special, juicy, relishing ham, perhaps?
And Ichabod was especially kind to those who had pretty sisters. Mothers were good cooks.
Smoked turkey or hasty pudding?
Ichabod was a huge feeder.
Blackberry jam and biscuits?
The schoolmaster is generally a man of some importance to the female circle of a rural neighborhood.
Oh, Master Crane! Yoo-hoo! More tea? Crumpets?
Yes, of course.
Cookies?
Yes, of course.
He was esteemed by the woman as a man of learning, for he had read several books quite thorough.
Oh, Master Crane, do tell us about the book you so recently read.
Oh, what a superior work that was! Full of delightful tales,
Oh?
woeful anecdotes,
Oh?
speculations of comets and shooting stars.
Oh!
I learned an alarming fact.
Oh?
This will surprise you.
Oh?
The Earth turns around, like a rotisserie.
Oh! Well, good heavens! What keeps us from falling off?
I'm not altogether sure. Perhaps Mather will address this issue in his next book.
In addition to his other vocations, Ichabod was the singing master of the neighborhood.
He picked up many a bright shilling by instructing a female folk in psalmody.
Ladies, let us remember, outward melody is an avenue toward inward devotion.
Oh, how true! How true!
Let us begin. Me, 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 me.
Me, 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 me.
Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, the transporting rapture scene that rises to my sight. Sweet fields arrayed in living green and river of delight.
And as you have heard, the description of the robust brawn bones.
Continue.
It won't surprise you to learn of his pranks on Ichabod.
They're generous fruits that never fail.
Oh, come on, boy, come on.
They're
Rocks and hills and brooks and vales.
Oh, you such a good boy. Oh, no.
with milk and honey flow.
Oh, Master Crane, how transported by the beauty of your voice.
Milk and honey flow. That's my favorite.
Say, Ichabod.
Yes?
Have you met my dog yet? Ichabod, this is my dog, Nails. Nails, this is the schoolmaster, Ichabod. Now, come on, shake his paw.
Oh, no, thank you. Dogs don't taste me very well, I'm afraid.
Oh, Nails likes everyone. Is it that one Nails? You're such a good boy.
Quite a ferocious little pup. He wouldn't like me, would he?
Oh, Nails wouldn't hurt a flea. Well, unless you said the attack word.
Well, I certainly won't say that. Say, what exactly is this attack word?
It's C-A-T.
C-A... Oh, cat! Oh, bad! Bad dog! Come on, the schoolmaster! What a naughty dog!
Despite his fears of ghosts and goblins.
And now, Nails!
Ichabod came across another creature that struck sheer terror in his heart.
And that was a woman.
Trina Van Tassel.
Trina was a blooming lass of fresh 18.
Plump as a partridge.
Bright and rosy-cheeked as one of her father's peaches.
Ah, Katrina.
For a provokingly short petticoat to display the prettiest little angel in the country round.
Ah, Katrina!
Moreover, she was the daughter and only child of a very wealthy Dutch farmer.
Oh, boys!
Yes, Katrina?
Oh, Brom, Master Crane.
Yes, Katrina?
Could one of you boys help me with my packages?
I will.
No, I will.
No, let me!
No, let me!
Oh, dear.
Loser! Here, Katrina. I got it. See? Move over, school teach!
Yes, he'll get them. Won't you, Brom?
You bet I will, you skinny little...
Let's be nice.
Yeah.
Ha ha, schoolmaster! Ha! Ha!
Why, it's nice. Thank you, Brom.
Now, Katrina, let me get the gate for you.
Oh, how civilized, Master Crane.
Oh, please, call me Ichabod.
Well, I'm flattered, Ichabod. It's not every day a country girl gets to walk with a gentleman. One of your vastly superior tastes and accomplishments. Not like these country swains.
Oh. Oh, watch here, my dear. See? There's a puddle in your path. Mustn't get your dainty toes wet.
Come along, Brom. Don't lag behind.
Yes, Brom, don't lag behind.
Why, you little...
Brom had, for some time, singled out the blooming Katrina for his own.
No one had dared to cross the lines of Brom's advances.
That is, until now.
Why, Ichabod? I think that's about the most interesting thing I've ever heard a man say.
Katrina? Ah, Katrina, Katrina.
My rosy cheeks.
Your rosy cheeks.
My pretty little feminine ankle.
That ankle. And
My father's farm!
and your father's farm.
I'm an only child, you know. An only child. However, I married will inherit the farm. That green, luscious, profitable farm.
Ducks and geese.
Roasting pigs.
With a pudding in his belly and an apple in his mouth.
And don't forget the onion sauce.
With a compliment of onion sauce. Oh, how I love you, Katrina.
I know.
A stouter man would have shrunk from the competition.
And a wiser man would have despaired.
But Ichabod persevered.
Why, Brom, there you are.
Yes, Katrina?
I have something very, very important to tell you.
You do! You do! You do! You do!
I do indeed.
Is this something very, very important?
Oh, yes, Brom.
Well, what?
You're so special to me.
I am?
That is why I want you to be my very special guest at my father's Halloween frolic on Saturday!
Oh, Katrina, I would be honored. I surely would. Oh, I guess you came to your senses about that schoolmaster fellow.
Will you walk me to my carriage, Brom?
Yes. Take my arm, Katrina. You won't regret your choice. Come on, gal. Come.
Oh, but Brom, there's a puddle in my path.
A puddle? Oh, that's nothing. Here, hop over and take my arm.
Hop?
Well, why not?
Well, it wouldn't be civilized.
Okay. Oh, so what do you want me to do? You want me to take my good vest and lay it out in the mud like some bag of hot air school teach?
Please?
Well, go right. Highfalutin, skinny little schoolmaster can do it. I guess I can do it too.
Why, Brom, I do believe you're becoming more and more sophisticated every day.
Sure am. Just like that wisely skinny little... You know what? Take my arm, Katrina.
Oh, but Brom, you're all dirty and covered in mud.
What?
I can't walk with you and you're as messed as this. Run along now. Do get yourself cleaned up, Brom. For heaven's sake.
But
Run, I'll chew. Oh, Ichabod, there you are.
Katrina.
I have something very, very important to tell you.
To me?
To you?
Well, do tell. Why, Katrina, I didn't know. Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
I hope you won't disappoint me, Ichabod.
Oh, Icky, you sly old fox. Do. Right or left? Left or right? I just can't decide. Do. Tra la 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 la. Eel oil. Just the thing for fashionable hair. It's all the rage in town. Oh, won't those country dames swoon? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Oh. Katrina, the light of my life. Will you consent to be my wife? No. Oh. Katrina, I love each hair on your head. I won't be content until we are wed. No. Do. Picture of charm, grace, and elegance. Katrina, give me your hand, your heart, your vow, for you are my dove, my lamb, and my cow. Practice. Practice makes perfect.
Here, chick. Here, chick.
Hans von Ripper! There you are, my good man.
Oh, Master Crane, how's that reading and writing going on down at the schoolhouse?
Splendid! Your child is by far the best pupil in the class.
My child? Hansel's the best in the class?
Absolutely! You can be very proud of that one, to be sure. Oh, by the way, Master Van Ripper, you might be able to help me out.
Well, I don't have any money.
Oh, no! I wouldn't dream of taking money from an honest farmer like yourself. One of Dame Van Ripper's apple pies, perhaps. Oh, but no! I ask only to borrow your most dashing steed, that I might cut a fine figure of gallantry as I approach the Van Tassel Castle for the Halloween frolic.
Well, I don't have one of those, dashing steeds, as you so described, but you could have old Gunpowder for the night, if you can, get him up off the ground, of course.
Gunpowder, eh? Now that's a name with spirit.
I push, you pull. Ready?
I know what would get Gunpowder up, and I know who could help. Gunpowder just loves dessert. I bet if he hears your favorite dessert, he would pop up like a spring daisy. Well, what are some of your favorite desserts?
Gumdrops.
Any more?
Ice cream.
Apple pie. Oh, that sounds delicious. That would definitely get Gunpowder up. Okay, now, on the count of 3, I want you all to yell out, "Apple pie!" as loud as you can. That will get Gunpowder up because Gunpowder just loves apple pie. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Apple pie!
Steady, boys, steady.
Gunpowder must have been made of fire and metal this day, but to judge him by his name.
He was now just a broken down plow horse.
He was gaunt and jagged.
His mane and tail were knotted and covered in burrs.
And his one eye had lost its pupil. pupil.
Ichabod is such a figure for such a steed.
He rode with short stirrups, which brought his knees nearly up to the pommel of the saddle.
The motion of his arms was not unlike the flapping of a pair of wings.
It's such a sight to see in broad daylight.
Adieu. Oh, the transporting rapture scene that rises to my sight. Sweet fields arrayed in living green and river of the light.
It was a fine autumn day. The sky was clear and serene.
As Ichabod jogged on, his eyes took in every specter of harvest treasures.
Apples! Apples! Juicy red apples! Baskets and baskets of red and yellow apples.
Corn, fresh corn. Get your fresh sweet corn here.
Buckwheat, buckwheat.
Dainty flapjacks, well buttered and garnished with honey. Do-we-do. And served to me by the hand of my love, my life, my Katrina. They're generous fruits that never fail on trees immortal grow. They're rocks and hills and brooks and vales with milk and honey flow.
When he entered the house, the conquest of his heart was complete.
Ichabod beheld in the corner cupboard immense treasures of fine silver and well-mended china. He beheld the ample charms of genuine Dutch country tea tables.
The resplendent abundance dazzled his eyes. There were doughy donuts, crisp and crumbly crullers,
Apple pie.
Pink pie, pumpkin pie.
Delightful dishes such as our love.
and don't forget the broiled fish and the roasted chickens, all mingled piggly-piggly.
Heaven bless me!
Why, Ichabod did ample justice to every dainty.
And in the sound of music, sum it all to dance.
Katrina?
Oh, why, Ichabod? I never knew you were such a dancer.
But of course, my lady. Inspired by a lovely lady's charms, this is the two-step.
Oh, how civilized!
It's all the rage in town.
May I cut in? May I cut in?
Wrong! Please! You're getting in our way!
But I said, may I cut in? Don't dash it all, you pipsqueak!
Oh!
Oh, golly gee! Dance with me, Katrina!
Why, Rob? I never would have guessed you cared so. Good night, Ichabod.
Along about midnight, after the ladies had retired, the menfolk gathered.
As was their custom.
The tale tells of ghosts and strange sights around the fire.
As the neighborhood was rich in legendary treasures of the kind.
Many dismal tales were told about.
Funeral trains.
Mourning cries.
And wailing were heard from the soul of Major Andre, who haunts the place.
Major Andre!
There was also the story of...
The woman in white. It is said you could hear her shrieks on winter's night just before a storm. She died in the snow.
In the snow?
Oh, and here's my favorite story, Ichabod. It's about the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow. Some of the people say he was a German trooper that died in the Revolutionary War. His head was carried off by a cannonball. Boom!
Do tell.
It is said he rides on the wings of the wind. Do you want to know what his favorite haunt is, Ichabod?
I'm sure I don't know it.
You remember the bridge? The church bridge?
The church bridge?
This is one of his favorite haunts. And did you notice anything, well, special about that covered bridge?
It seemed, well, somewhat...
Somewhat what?
just a touch dark
And
frightening. Haunted! It seemed haunted.
the church bridge is one of his favorite haunts. So you better be careful going home tonight. You know, if you get to the bridge before you see him, you're safe.
Safe?
Get across the bridge after you see him. Well, good luck, Ichabod.
With a heavy heart and a worried soul, Ichabod roused gunpowder
Come on, boy.
and set out for home.
Soon all the stories of ghosts and goblins came crowding into his mind.
Major Andre,
The night grew darker and darker.
the woman in white,
The stars seemed to sink deeper into the sky.
the headless horseman. Come on, Gunpowder. Come on, boy.
Soon enough, Ichabod came across the very spot where Major Andre was taken prisoner.
A tree that's since been named Andre's tree.
Major Andre! Major, I wish you no harm, sir. Ghost, spirit, please rest in peace. I only wish to pass by. I do not wish to disturb your slumber, sir. Ghost, sir. Ah!
Ichabod!
Oh, please let me pass. Oh, please let me pass. Oh, please let me pass. Oh! There now, Gunpowder. See? Trees don't move. Oh! Jordan's rugged banks ascend and cast a wish fly. Canaan's fair and happy land.
The woman in white. The woman in white.
The woman in white! Ah!
The woman in white. The woman in white.
Oh, dear spirit of the night, please take pity on me. Please let me get across the bridge, and I promise never to disturb your sleeping soul again.
The woman in white.
Ah!
The woman in white.
Ah!
White. White.
Ah! Ah! Oh. There now, Gunpowder. There's no ghost. Just a bird, see? A bird.
As he approached the little stream, his heart began to thump.
Jordan's rugged banks.
He gave his horse a tremendous kick.
In the dark shadow of the grove, Ichabod beheld something huge, misshapen, black, and towering.
Who are you?
No reply.
On Jordan's rugged banks, come on, Gunpowder.
Suddenly, a figure appeared against the sky, gigantic in height and a flowing black cloak.
Ichabod was more struck to see that it was Headless.
Oh, if I can just get across the bridge, the church bridge, I'll be safe.
Ichabod Crane, I have something for you.
Ah! Oh gosh! Oh golly gee! Oh fiddlesticks! Oh man!
Next morning, they found Ichabod's hat and the shattered pumpkin. There was no schoolmaster, just the gunpowder something needed and the little schoolhouse lawn.
There was no schoolmaster.
But they did find the hat of the unfortunate Ichabod.
And close behind it was a shattered pumpkin. Most of the people in Sleepy Hollow shook their heads.
And came to the conclusion that he had been carried off by the Headless Horseman.
What a fool! I told him about the bridge. I guess you'll be crying and carrying on for weeks.
Well, I have done a lot of crying this morning,
But?
I might feel better by this afternoon for the church picnic.
Oh, Katrina, I would be honored to be your beau.
Of course, Nicholas did ask me before you.
Katrina!
But I would be honored to go with you, Brom.
You should. Take my arm, Katrina.
Shortly after his rival's mysterious disappearance, Brom Bones took the blooming Katrina to the altar.
Oh, but Brom, I do wonder about that pumpkin they found inside Ichabod's hat.
Never mind, Katrina, never mind.
Some still say
That on a quiet summer evening, off in the distance,
You might still hear Ichabod's melancholy voice along the tranquil hills of
Sleepy Hollow.
With milk and honey flow.